This is a video sample being shot on the GoPro Hero 11 Black. Just walked up some escalators. I'm behind the camera, obviously. I can turn the camera around and now I can see myself. Now, I haven't got horizon leveling on right now, so it's not going to be super steady, but I do have a really nice wide angle being used. It's also using the microphones of the Hero 11 Black, so that's 3 microphones. There's quite a bit of ambient noise. I'm walking through an indoor space, but it's well lit, so you'll be able to get a really clear idea as to how it handles indoorish, outdoorish kind of environments. It won't cope quite as well in low light though. This is a handheld super view video being shot on the GoPro Hero 11 Black. Now I'm walking and the lighting is going to be changing quite a bit, so you'll get an idea as to how the camera handles faces. There's quite a bit of background noise too, so as well as shifting lighting conditions, you'll get how it handles audio and if it can home in on my voice. GoPros generally amplify sound quite a bit. There's a tiny bit of wind going on right now as well. Now I've got AutoBoost on, so the camera is going to make all the stabilisation decisions for me, and hopefully it'll compensate for the handshake pretty well. You can see horizon leveling isn't on, so as I tilt, the tilt comes through. This is what it looks like when I switch on horizon leveling, more specifically horizon locking. So even if I loop the loop, it should still keep the footage perfectly still. Well, not still, but at least level. Now this is being shot at 30 frames per second, horizon locking on, so I can tilt left, tilt right, put the camera upside down, and the frame should have changed, but I should have stayed perfectly level. You also got more background noise, more people, more footsteps, and the sun's pretty in my face. Like I said, GoPros tend to expose well for faces, so throughout that lighting condition I'm optimistic it would have done a good job. But vloggers in particular will want to have a look at this kind of footage, see how it handles walking content. Now I can change the front display on here to either show a cropped image, which is what I see now, which is just my face, and that's taking the full square, or a image that's 16:9, taking a little bit of the display. That will help me frame things better, but I might be able to see detail a little bit less easily. I can turn the camera around now and just walk a little bit. You can hear how it's picked up the audio from the back of the camera now, and also there's the sun in frame as well, especially if I tilt upwards, and more background noise. You can listen with headphones to see if there's any kind of spatial audio. So that's been a video shot in various frame rates and resolutions and stabilization modes on the GoPro Hero 11 Black. Hopefully you found it useful. If you're wondering how the GoPro Hero 11 Black stacks up for YouTube and vlogging and even doing things like unboxing kit, this video is going to be a really good illustration. I'm recording everything on the microphones on the device. There isn't really much ambient sound at all. 3 microphones dotted around the camera. It's all being held together by the horizon leveling stabilization or horizon locking, and I'm holding it handheld with a grip. So there may be some handshake coming through, but if I tilt left and right, which I've just done, it shouldn't interrupt the image too much. Now this is all being filmed indoors. There are some lights, but not that many, so it should also be a real test as to how the GoPro Hero 11 Black handles indoor environments. So we've got the 2 iPhones. Because of the GoPro smoothing, I can take some like panning shots and just hold it steady and it'll still look relatively cinematic. You've got the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the left and the iPhone 14 Pro to the right. In order to unbox it, I wouldn't want to put it down on a surface because the angle of view will be just too weird, so I'm going to have to keep holding it. That normally wouldn't be possible with big cameras, but because the GoPro is so portable and light, it is relatively easy. Now if I was to stick my finger under that there, and then I can take that off and do the same with the 14 Pro Max. Got the deep purple one of both, so you can see they're quite dark devices, so it'll be interesting to see how the GoPro picks them up. But when I pick them up and tilt them towards the light, you should be able to make out the colouring a little bit more easily. Now again, like I said, all being filmed indoors in relatively mediocre lighting. So if I was to take the iPhones out for a second, we can have a look at the rest of the box contents. Very light on box contents, obviously, because there's no power brick in here. You have a USB-C to Lightning connector, and you also have some Apple literature, which consists of SIM eject tool, paper, more paper, paper more still, and more paper. Finally, there is another couple of sheets of paper. So with that being everything in the iPhone box, how is it if I was to unravel the top there and turn it on, firing up screens which are notoriously difficult for cameras? You can see my reflections being picked up quite acutely right there. You can see the GoPro screen all acting quite a lot like a mirror. And I can also power up that's the screen that you get when it fires up, and that is the notch. And once again, exactly the same on the iPhone 14 Pro. So how close can the GoPro focus? Pulling right up close, and you can see it's probably gonna, from what I can see on screen, it's probably when it goes closer than 10 centimeters that it really starts to break up. But I think the true focal range is from 30 centimeters onwards. That's where you're gonna get the best clarity across your image. But with any luck, I can pick up the device and it will still give you a pretty clear idea as to what the iPhone looks like. With its wide angle of view, you're going to get a lot of extraneous mess in frame, as you can see, and no doubt the background that I've been trying to hide has been cropping into frame here and there. You definitely want to get this thing on a tripod if you're concerned about like out to detail coming into frame, because it is such a wide angle device. But having said that, once you do, if you get the lighting right, you can see it makes a relatively okay vlogging setup. You can also edit the video to make it even better for your needs. Now this video isn't an iPhone review, it's barely even an unboxing video, but what it hopefully will do is give you a very clear indication as to how the GoPro Hero 11 Black stacks up as a handheld vlogging / unboxing tool indoors. Thanks for watching, hopefully you've enjoyed. Bye.